This is a video playlist. This is the Lamentations playlist. This one is on Cry Out. The first one I got is Luke 19:40. He answered me and said unto them, and I tell you that if these should hold their peace, the stones would immediately cry out. How about Mark 10? I'm going to read 46 and 47. It says, they came back. Okay, and they came to Jericho as he was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a great multitude. Bartimaeus, a blind beggar, the son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent, but he cried out all the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus stopped and said, call him. And they called the blind man, saying to him, take heart, rise, he's calling you. And throwing off his mantle, he sprang up and he came to him. And Jesus said to him, what do you want? And the blind man said, Master, let me receive my sight. And Jesus said to him, go your way, your faith has made you well. And immediately he received his sight. Habakkuk 2:11, the stones shall cry out of the wall, and the beam shall answer. The beam of the timber shall answer it. Habakkuk 1:2, O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? And even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Micah 4:9, now why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail. Amos 3:4, what will a lion roar in the streets when he has no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he's taken nothing? Jeremiah 48:31, therefore will I howl for Moab, and I will cry out for all Moab. My heart shall mourn for the men of Kirhirs. Sorry guys, I put honey in my throat. I'm a little phlegmy. Isaiah 15:5, my heart shall cry out for Moab. His fugitives shall flee unto Zor, and a heifer of 3 years old. For by the morning of Luhith, with weeping shall they go it up. For in the way of Horonam they shall raise up a cry of destruction. Isaiah 12:6, cry out and shout, thou inhabitant of Zion, for great is the Holy One of Israel in the midst of thee. Job 35:9, by reason of the multitude of oppressions, they make the oppressed to cry. They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty. Job 19:7, behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there's no judgment. And 1 Samuel 18. I did want to read you the whole thing, but I am phlegmy here. This is the brand new Bible I'm reading from that I got at one of those little libraries that are free. So it's used by the college kids, and they had this particular paragraph marked. I didn't mark it. It's already marked, so I'm going to read it. I'm going to read 1 Samuel 8. When Samuel became old, he made his sons judges over Israel. The name of the firstborn son was Joel, and the name of the second, Abijah, and they were judges in Beersheba. Yet his sons did not walk in his ways, but turned aside after gain. They took bribes and perverted justice. Then all the elders of Israel gathered together and came to Samuel at Ramah and said to him, Behold, you're old, and your sons don't walk in your ways. Now appoint us a king to govern like all the nations. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to govern. And Samuel prayed to the Lord. And the Lord said to Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they have said to you, for they have not rejected you, but they have rejected me from being king over them, according to all the deeds which they had done to me, from the day I brought them up out of Egypt even to this day, forsaking me and serving other gods, so that they are also doing to you. Now then, hearken to the voice only. You shall solemnly warn them and show them the ways of the king who shall reign over them. So Samuel told all the words of the Lord to the people who were asking a king from him, and he said, These will be the ways of the king who will reign over you. He's going to take your sons and appoint them to his chariots to be his horsemen and to run before his chariots. He's going to appoint for himself commanders of thousands and commanders of 50s, and some to plow the ground, to reap the harvest, to make implements of war and equipment for chariots. He's going to take your daughters to be perfumers, cooks, and bakers. He's going to take the best of your fields, your vineyards, your olive orchards, and give them to his servants. He will take the 10th of your grain and of your vineyard, and he's going to give it to his officers and his servants. He's going to take your men servants, your maid servants, and the best of your cattle, your asses, and put them to his work. He's going to take the 10th of your flocks, and you're going to be his slaves. And in that day you will cry out because of your king, who you have chosen for yourselves. But the Lord will not answer you in that day. But the people refused to listen to the voice of Samuel, and they said, No, we will have a king over us, so that we may also be like the nations, that our king may govern us and go out before us and fight our battles. And when Samuel had heard all the words of the people, he repeated them in the ears of the Lord. And the Lord said to Samuel, Hearken to their voice, make them a king. Samuel then said to the men of Israel, Go, every man to his city.